Hey everybody, Jimmy Sal here, and this is revision B of the MegaGrinder. I've changed it a lot. It's now 272 by 272. It's divided into 4 main areas, as you can see, and each of these areas has a 15 by 15 spawning floor with 2 by 2 by 15 channel around it. So that's 2 buckets of water in the center, and it pushes out to the holes in the corner, which are 2 by 2, like in the last revision. Now each quadrant has a grid 7 by 7 of these floors, so that ends up being 49 per quadrant and 196 total. So this is really the equivalent of a 196 floor zero chunk or origin chunk tower, just sort of spread out flat. Again, the floor is wool, so you can see what's going on. I'll probably key this up in editing so that it makes it a little easier to see things. The one obstacle that I've really run into again is the center. Like, to do all these floors repeating, you end up having too few blocks along this cross in the center here, and I really need to figure out how to build some channels for the center that takes advantage of the existing transport system, because right now it's a pretty big dead zone, so pretty sure I can improve my output by fixing that. Come here, spiders. So I'm a good 15 or so blocks over them, and the spiders can still see me, so make a little spider train here. Woo woo! Chugga 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 chugga. Woo woo! Come on, come on, spiders. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I lost one. Come on. Come this way, spiders. And the skeleton's like, oh crap, crap, crap. Yeah. So, I don't have the problem with spiders gumming up the works like I did in the last revision. Oh, also, these channels are 2 blocks deep, so once the mobs get into them, they can't get back out. Ooh, more spiders. I'm gonna see if I can get them to push that creeper into the water. Hey guys! Hey, a creeper! Let's get him! Oh, almost. Okay, that about does it for up here. Let's take a look at the working floor. Okay, as you can see, the transport system is all modular, just like the spawning floors. You have a primary transport system that pushes everything to the center, and the secondary transport system that pushes everything to the collection area. So the first thing we're going to take a look at is the grinder floors, and we'll talk more about those in a second. Okay, now this should look familiar. It's all patterns, just like upstairs. It's about 17 by 17 footprint, and it's just repeated the whole way down. Everything's lined in half blocks to cut down on the light level, and here you can see, like I was saying, the primary transport systems. They're all copies of one another, all patterns to keep it simple, easy to make, and it feeds into the secondary transport system, which pushes everything to the collection area. So the grinder floors are a 25 block tall drop chute, which is enough to kill most of the mobs. Occasionally the water keeps them from getting killed in the fall, so I put in lava grinders that are held up by ladders, and the whole idea is to kill the mobs as soon as possible so that you're not running into the 100 mob cap in the spawner operation. So you're just really transporting the items. Now, all these blocks along the edge have 4 chutes, but all the rest of them, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's water pushing into each one. But all the rest of them only have 2. And you'll see that a little more detail in a second. To keep things modular, I have a center channel that flows from end to end with a little water booster there. Something I had to come up with to get the right amount of travel, and as you can see, that's the end of the pattern, and here's the beginning of the next one. So it's all identical all the way down to the center. Here we go. This is the beginning of the secondary transport system. And you can see it takes, let's see, I timed it. 4 minutes and 37 seconds to run the entire length of the primary transport system. So, I mean, there's a 5-minute cap on items before they despawn, so I'm probably seeing some fallout here. Then it just links into the secondary transport system, which is a simple, just drop down one every 8 towards the center. Okay. This is the center observation deck of the transport floor. You can see the collection room down there. We'll be taking another look at that in a minute. But for now, let's just soak in the scenery. As you can see, everything's just copies, modular. I wanted to keep the construction simple so that an individual or a team could build something like this in stages if they had to. That way, you know, you could get a quarter of this up and running and be getting the drops from it before you start on the remaining 3/4 of the grinder. Okay, so we'll head down to the collection area. As you can see, the other side there is just a mirror image of this side. Okay, this is where the secondary transports meet up together. And I kind of lucked out, and I was able to make it so that they just kind of drop down right here. Here's the interior of the collection room. There's already a bunch of drops down here waiting for me. So they come in from both sides, so it doesn't look like there's a whole ton of drops coming in, but rest assured there are. So, okay, now you can see and hear that they're coming in pretty quick. Let's take a look at the benchmarks that I did. I dropped off all my gear here and proceeded with the first benchmark. That was clearing out the spawner, and then I started the timer, and here's the results. I I ended up filling up my inventory in 32 minutes, 35.6 seconds, and that's the equivalent of 3,967 items per hour, and it's a little short because I had a few extras. Then I did a gunpowder benchmark. The results of that were basically half of my inventory full in 1 hour, 2 minutes, 14.16 seconds. That extrapolates out to 1,118 gunpowder per hour, and that means that your inventory would be full of gunpowder in 2 hours, 3 minutes, 36 seconds. So park yourself down here, go do your laundry, make a sandwich, inventory full of gunpowder. Overall, I'm pretty happy with this. I mean, it's an increase in output of about 400% over revision A of the MegaGrinder, and I think I can still do better than that. So I have a few ideas in mind, but naturally, if any of you guys have tips or some ideas, or if you noticed somewhere that I'm slacking off or screwing up, let me know, and I'll include anything that makes sense design-wise, or I'll explain in the comments why it doesn't. I had a request to release the save file for this, and the way I'm going to handle that is I'll release the previous revision level. So once this video goes live, look for Rev A of the MegaGrinder. I should be able to link it in the description. That's it. Thanks for watching.